I want to mention and acknowledge all of the hard work and effort that we invested to get to this point, and I am sincerely proud of each and every one of us. In the words of someone wise, every chapter we studied is a love letter to our patients. Our effort yesterday is our accomplishment today, and it will be a comfort tomorrow. I'm grateful for the ways in which we showed up for each other over the last 2 years to make it here together. I'd like to thank our loved ones pushing us through our difficult moments and being here now to celebrate our best ones. We truly could not have accomplished this dream without their support. Thank you, I needed that because I'm about to speak Spanish and I get emotional. Quisiera tomar un momento para expresar mi gratitud a mis seres queridos y los de mis compañeros, y especialmente a mi madre, que ha estado a mi lado sin falta. Gracias por tu amor y apoyo incondicional. Este logro no es solo mío, pero tuyo también, así que gracias. Now, speaking of the bilingual community, I have the honor of introducing someone very special who has put all of her efforts into being an advocate for some of our most vulnerable populations in the region. With a PhD and doctorate in nursing from UConn and more than 25 years of experience in public health, Dr. Alicia Planas has dedicated her career to health literacy, equity, and chronic disease management, from collaborating on critical health initiatives in Bridgeport to coordinating student learning trips in Puerto Rico and Nicaragua to encourage working with the Spanish-speaking population. Her work truly embodies community engagement. A heavily Polish researcher and widely recognized leader, including being named 2026 Fairfield University Vision Award recipient. Please give a grand welcome to Dr. Jessica Alicia Planas.
I'm glad she started off a little teary because I'm hoping I can make it through without any tears as I talk about my family as well. So thank you all for having me. I am super excited to be here tonight to celebrate this incredible milestone with you all. Congratulations first and foremost to the graduates, but also to the families, friends, faculty, and loved ones who have been a part of this journey and are here tonight to celebrate with you all. I'm honored to be here today to share a little bit of my story and hopefully leave you with a few pearls of wisdom as you begin the next chapter of your lives. My story actually begins long before I was even a thought. Back when my grandfathers worked in the sugarcane fields in Puerto Rico, while my grandmother raised children. Out of necessity, both sets of grandparents migrated with their families, which included my parents, to Bridgeport, Connecticut, in search of work and, of course, opportunity. My father's mother raised 11 children while her husband worked in a local bakery. My mother's parents both worked in factories during Bridgeport's industrial years in the 50s and 60s. And my parents grew up in Father Panic Village, or what some might call today the projects. At 17 years old, my father joined the Air Force and later served in the Vietnam War. When he returned home, he married my mother, who dropped out of high school to become his bride, and soon thereafter I was born. Some people might hear that part of my story and immediately think poverty, trauma, inner city violence, teenage motherhood, lack of education. And while parts of that may be true, there are other parts of that story that are way more significant. Now, I won't stand up here and tell you that my parents did everything perfectly, because every single parent in this room knows that no matter how hard we try, we never get it 100% right. But I can confidently say that I am where I am today because of them. I remember watching my mother walk across the stage with a pregnant belly to receive her GED when I was only 7 years old. She constantly reminded us that an education was the game changer. It was because of her determination that this girl from the east side of Bridgeport found herself attending schools like Umpqua and Fairfield and Greens Farms Academy in Westport during some of my most formative years of education. And my father, despite carrying the trauma of war, worked multiple jobs so I could attend the University of Connecticut. I remember him saving to buy me a computer so I could do my homework in my dorm and not have to walk back from the library late at night. He also would wake up before dawn on Mondays to drive me back to stores so I could spend Sunday nights at home when I was homesick. Growing up, I remember my father buying his sneakers at the grocery store, not fully understanding the sacrifices he was making, but now as a parent myself, understanding on a whole different level. Without my parents, I would not have earned my PhD. They helped care for my 3-year-old twins while I was off learning about quantitative and qualitative data, even though they did not understand why anyone would pursue another degree after a master's. They still supported me anyways. That family support and resilience became the hardcover of my book, the thing that held me together, even during the chapters when I felt like everything was falling apart. And believe me, there were many, many of those chapters. Now, I share this part of my story because many people only see the later chapters: a PhD, tenure, a full professor, a published author and researcher. They do not always see first-generation college student, Latina, daughter of working-class parents, a girl who was born and raised in Bridgeport. And maybe some of your stories look similar. Maybe some of you have carried parts of your story that you once felt embarrassed by or wished looked different. I know I did, but over time I realized something important. If those chapters were different, I would not be the person standing in front of you today. And today I am very proud of who I have become and what I have accomplished. We become who we are through the obstacles that we overcome, the experiences that we survive, and the people that we encounter along the way. I failed my very first college chemistry exam and thought I was going to have to drop out of college. I remember calling my mother crying hysterically. I withdrew from a history class during a particularly difficult semester in nursing school because I knew I was struggling and didn't want to get a bad grade. But I still graduated and I still passed my NCLEX on my first try. And no, I did not spend 2 years in med-surg after graduation because acute care was never my passion. Instead, I accepted a position at a community health center in Bridgeport, a job that many others did not want, and that experience shaped me into the nurse that I became and ultimately fueled what would become my life's work. As a young nurse, I attended a national conference through the Hispanic Nurses Association, not as a speaker, not as a presenter, but simply as a member eager to learn. I introduced myself to people, I networked, I listened, and those conversations opened doors and helped me to learn how to pursue a PhD for free without having to take out any student loans. And even that journey took me longer than it took others. I was working full-time, commuting weekly from Bridgeport to stores, and raising preschool-aged twins. And those chapters were not easy. There were many nights I cried because I was overwhelmed. I doubted myself often. I questioned whether I was making the right decision for myself and for my family. I was often really afraid to put myself out there. And maybe some of you are having similar thoughts right now about jobs, next steps for school, finances, family responsibilities, or questioning what comes next. That uncertainty is very normal. But tonight I encourage you to pause and celebrate what you have already accomplished. You do not need to have your entire life figured out today. I graduated from nursing school in 1997, and nearly 3 decades later, I could never have imagined where life would take me. My proudest accomplishments are still those little children who used to stay awake, waiting for me to come home from class so I could read them a bedtime story. I did not always get everything right, but they did okay, and they thrived. And just this past weekend, actually, both of my children graduated from college and are now beginning journeys of their own. My passion continues to be working alongside communities. I've had the privilege of working with communities locally and internationally, including even in the coffee picking fields of rural Nicaragua, all work that has profoundly shaped me both professionally and personally. I hope the work that I continue to do serves as a tool for advocacy and change for communities that have historically been marginalized and underserved. I even recently published a book focused on how we as healthcare professionals, and now that includes all of you guys, how we can better support our patients as they navigate their own health and wellness journeys through health education. My story is ultimately about family, resilience, passion, and the incredible power of community. And tonight I want you all to think about your stories, reflecting on the chapter that you have just completed and preparing for the next one that you are about to begin. So here is what I want you to hopefully remember from my talk tonight. The people sitting behind you and beside you tonight believe in you. Your families sitting out there, they all believe in you. The faculty that work with you throughout this program, they also believed in you. And hopefully you will continue to believe in yourselves. Be confident, but don't be afraid to ask questions because not even nurses know everything. So don't be afraid to ask. Be courageous. Speak up even when it is the harder choice. Be innovative because we need disruptors in our healthcare system. There's lots that has to change. Always remember to be compassionate. Please be the nurse who actually listens to their patients and advocates for them. Be that nurse who sees the humanity in every single patient who enters your care because everyone deserves to be treated kindly. And please remember this. Do not ever be ashamed of your story or the difficult chapters that help to shape you. Those chapters built your resilience, your empathy, your compassion, and your strength. They are not weaknesses. They are part of your superpower. One day, many years from now, you will realize that this program was never just about exams and clinicals and passing that darn licensure exam. It was about sacrifice. It was about perseverance. It was about continuing to show up even during the moments when you were exhausted, overwhelmed, and unsure if you could keep going. But you did keep going, and now you are here. So congratulations, class of 2026. We're all so proud of you. Patients in communities and within our healthcare system. Thank you very much.
Hello. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for coming. I know a lot of you came from faraway places to be here on this very special day. Because today is a very special day for everyone in this room. I'm just going to say some words about my lovely colleagues here. But before I do, I just want to get a little personal with you guys because I'm just so grateful and blessed to be up here that I just want to give all glory to God and for my family, because without either of these things, I would not be up here. So I'm just so grateful. But without further ado, so I would just like to say that I'm honored to speak for my classmates, and even more honored to have gone through this program with each and every one of them. Nursing is funny. One day, you don't know the name of the person sitting next to you, but the next day, you two are helping someone give birth for 10 hours straight. It's in these intimate spaces that you not only get to know the people you're with, but yourself as well. And from what I have seen from everyone behind me has been nothing less than inspiring. It is inspiring how hard everyone has worked, not just for themselves, but for every single person in this room. We have worked hard for our families, our children, and for every single person that we will take care of when we enter the field. I can say with utmost confidence that I would trust everyone in this cohort to take care of me, a family member, or a loved one, because I have seen firsthand the care, competence, and love that they give to their patients. No matter how hard the day has gotten, or how exhausted they may have been, or if they worked right before or worked right after clinical, the patient always came first, and everyone always went the extra mile for them. You might wonder what the extra mile looks like. According to the American Nurses Association, nursing is the protection, promotion, and optimization of health and abilities, prevention of illness and injury, facilitation of healing, alleviation of suffering through the diagnosis and treatment of human response, and advocacy in the care of individuals, families, groups, communities, and populations. I know that was a long, important definition, but I would like to focus on the facilitation of healing aspect of that definition. I want to elaborate on what that looks like. Nursing is not just giving medicine and walking away. Nursing is being the face the patient sees the most, being the friendly or understanding face they need. Nursing is making the patient feel safe and secure in their darkest, most painful times. Nursing is listening and advocating for the patient, listening to their stories, worries, testimonies, and insecurities. Nursing is being prudent and making sure that nothing matters more than the patient. I want to give praise to our professors and instructors as well, because they taught more than just the job per se. They taught us things that were not in our textbooks. They were vulnerable in sharing their stories and taught us things that will stick with us for the rest of our lives. Things that we'll remember when we make stories of our own. On our very first day, we were told this program would require sacrifices. All your time, all your energy, and was even compared to prison. Actually, for the next 2 years, because of how little time we will have to ourselves and how little freedom we will have. I thought that was them just scaring us at first. I was never more wrong in my life. As scary as that sounds, and as true as it was, I saw quickly how necessary it was for this program to be rigorous. This reminds me of the quote, "A smooth sail never made a good sailor." The world needs good nurses, and I believe with all my heart that everyone here is going to be exceptional in what they do. If you ever see any one of these faces behind me, I'd obviously rather you not be in the hospital in the first place, but if so be it, if you do see them, just know you are in good hands. It has been an honor to go through this chapter of my life with them. Wherever they end up working, we'll be nothing less than lucky to have them. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Thank you all for listening.
Everyone. I want to introduce an important, amazing organization that has helped and support the nursing program in so many ways. And there are no words that can express our gratitude for all the help that they have given us, which is Norwalk Community College Foundation. And here representing NCC Foundation is the President and CEO, Nancy Mueller.
Congratulations. I am so incredibly honored to be a part of this evening where we're celebrating this really incredible accomplishment and momentous milestone with, proud faculty, staff, family, and friends and support. You can add the foundation to the long list of people who believe in it. The foundation staff, our board, our donors and supporters, all contribute to the foundation so that they can make things like this possible. The foundation was founded 60 years ago with a mission to create opportunity and support the success of students at CT, what's now called CT State Norwalk. An important part of our mission is to prepare the region's workforce. And I don't think there is a more important sector of our region's workforce than the healthcare field. And I so completely agree with everything that you said about what you're dedicating your life to. Thank you so much for the sacrifice that you're making and for choosing to dedicate your life to care for others. We are so proud to be part of this moment. And congratulations, you did it.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly an honor to introduce Dr. Ezekiel Dominique. Dr. Dominique serves as the Academic Division Director for Nursing and Allied Health here at CT State Norwalk. And he brings over 20 years of experience in nursing, education, and leadership. He holds a Doctor of Nursing Practice degree and is certified as a nurse educator, nurse informatics specialist, and project management professional. One thing that stood out to me while speaking with Dr. Dominique was his belief in the impact nurses have, not only on patients, but on entire communities. He shared that what continues to motivate him after so many years in healthcare and education is the ripple effect created by every student who graduates and goes on to care for countless lives. Throughout his career, he has focused on building programs that challenge students, support their growth, and prepare them for real-world opportunities. He's also played a major role in developing new opportunities for future nurses, including the practical nursing program here at CT State. When asked about what this graduating class represents to him, Dr. Dominique chose the word resilience. And honestly, I don't think there's a better word for nursing students. Behind every person sitting here tonight are long clinical days, exams that tested us mentally and emotionally, moments of doubt, sacrifice, exhaustion, and a determination to keep going anyway. Nursing school changes you, and standing here tonight is proof of just how far we've all come. As we begin this next chapter, he hopes to carry confidence in our knowledge, humility to continue learning, and compassion for every patient we serve. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ezekiel Dominique.
Thank you very much. Class 2026, congratulations. On behalf of City State Norwalk Nursing Program, thank you for joining us to celebrate this special day with us. We have the greatest people around here to make this happen. What you see here is the second largest class we graduate in the school history. And I would like you to help me, and also you to help me, to show the faculty how much we appreciate them, how much they work hard for our students to make this day for them. As you can see from the CEO of the NCC Foundation, Nancy, thank you very, very much. We don't know what we would have done without the foundation. The students love the foundation, faculty love the foundation. We love the foundation. Thank you for your attention. And we have, I don't know how to begin to say, we have Robin and Sarah in the middle of their room right here. They work so hard for our students. When the students are coming in, I don't know how many times I talk with Robin and Sarah to get them ready to just come in this school. So both you, Robin and Sarah, thank you. Conservative admission. And the advisory board, that's where we go at least once yearly to ask for advice for our program. And we have many people serve on the advisory board. And I want you to help me thank them as well. Okay, to most of us, to the families, loved ones, your encouragement made this moment possible for the students. So thank you for it. To the graduate, congratulations. Now the big moment, the nursing trainings date back over 150 years. When we give our graduate a pen, which will happen very soon, it symbolizes excellence, service, and courage. It is my honor to present City State Norwalk nursing class of 2026. Class of 2026, you did it, and congratulations.
work, dedication, and resilience of these wonderful nursing students with our pin ceremony and the calling of the names. Diane Abrego. Marlon Aguilar. Sedina Eggman. Lynn Altador. Yuli Amaya. Monica Amazon. Kissy again. Tara Barnes. Joshua Barragan. Alyssa Bernardino. Hubert Bess. Jermaine Grant. Olivia Brown. Alfredo Carrillo. Laura Carroll. Alejandra Castro. Anna Cantu. Joseph Kalonji, April Critilla, Alejandra Cruz, Skyera Davis, Lorraine DeLeon, Alexa Delia, Chelsea Diaz, Sabrina Erickson, Abigail Estrada, Darlene Rosemond Examen, Bruna Vieira Daniel, Latrice Gathers, Man Jen, Evelyn Gonzalez, Seth Goodman, Ashley Gordon. Chantel Guignard. Tatiana Guzman Perez. Janelle Harrison. Kiara Pekin. Yesenia Hernandez. Jonathan Coburn. Yolanda Ivory. Alexandra Johnson. Caitlin Kilcoyne. Carolina Close. Sarah Kirikawa. Catherine Lawrence. Cassandra De Leon. John Paul Leonardo. Michaela Lewis. Nicole Luigi. Melanie Lima. Kia Linton. Megan Lombardo. Rutnera Lucine. Inga Misaki. Denise Maiden-Vipia. Jeff Mann. Dominique Michaela. Leonie Mercado. Alexander Mitrovic. Priscilla Morales. Smash O'Brien. Jocelyn Olivia. Lexi Osborne. Andrew Polaris. Joanne Paris. Ariel Prasad. Edward Petrillo. Alexander Piquel. Kenneth Pino. Jessica Beatty. Chrisley Ramirez. Marianne Lovely Ramos. Gabriela Rodriguez Cruz. Roselma Rosario. Lisa Shower. Shanae Session. Elizabeth Sanseco. Zarina Saliba. Hannah. Anna Vasquez. Angelina Velez. Adika Lindsay. Lestina Ware. Kirsten Weiss. Congratulations, class of 2026.
everyone, family and friends, faculty, and most importantly, the graduate nursing class of 2026. It is truly an honor to introduce someone who has meant so much to all of us throughout this journey, Dr. Tyson. Dr. Tyson has been more than just a professor and the chairperson of this program. To many of us, she has been a mentor, a supporter, a safe place, and honestly like a second mom to over 150 nursing students. Whether it was during class, after an exam, or just a phone call away, she always made herself available to us when we needed guidance, encouragement, or even just reassurance. No matter how stressful things became, she always found a way to make us laugh, encourage us, and remind us that we are capable of making it through. One thing we will definitely never forget is how she shared meaningful stories about her family and life experiences with us. Some made us laugh, some touched our hearts, but all of them helped us connect not only to what we were learning, but also the kind of nurses we inspired to be. Looking back now, those moments are some of the ones we will remember the most. And of course, there are a few things every nursing student here will probably hear in their head forever. Whenever we started overthinking and asking hundreds of questions about what to study, Dr. Tyson would smile and say, "Sure, knock yourself out." And somehow, during the moments of nursing school, she always knew exactly what we needed to hear. Keep going, you're doing great. Nursing challenged, nursing challenged all of us in ways we never expected, but through it all, Dr. Tyson was one of the steady rocks that helped hold this program together. She believed in us, even during moments when we doubted ourselves. So on behalf of the graduating nursing class, thank you, Dr. Tyson, for your patience, your humor, your guidance, and the care you poured into each and every one of us. We would not be standing here today without your support. It is my privilege to present you, Dr. Tyson.
Good evening. Y'all looking great and you're doing great. That's my favorite part. The saying is true. It takes a village to build successful students. We thank each of you for being our village, to bring 87 students to graduate nurse status. We are CT State proud of our nursing graduates. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks to our CEO, Cheryl Devonish, our deans, Rachel Kane, Michelle Barber, our director, Dr. Ezekiel Dominique, our program assistant, Amita Anand, our selected admissions people, Robin and Sarah, NCC Foundation, CT State Community College Student Government Association, Norwalk Campus Tutoring Center, the Business Office, Nursing Advisory Board, to our emergency fund, Courtney. It takes a village to make these students be successful, and we thank you. We also want to thank our clinical partners, Norwalk Hospital, Bridgeport Hospital, Stanford Hospital, Wayne Care Facility, Hartford Healthcare, Milford Hospital, Danbury Hospital, and Greenwich Hospital. And thank you to the best nursing faculty and clinical instructors. We would not have been able to do this without you. We are one dynamic team, and we produce 87 nursing graduates, our second largest class. You have sharpened our critical thinking, multitasking, and advocacy, and ability to think outside the box. We thank you for your patience, your courage to continue daily, even when you face challenges. Remember the words of the great Michelle Obama: success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's lives. Go to work each day to brighten or change a patient's or family member's life. Ask clarifying questions. Remember to protect the blue card at all counts. So I put my blue card up with each lecture. Each year I ask myself, what is the class of 2026 taught me? I have learned that mentorship, support, and removing barriers is the key to student success. I thank you for showing me that. Congratulations, nursing class of 2026. I am beyond proud of all my colleagues. I have the pleasure of announcing the class of 2026 nursing awards. These are nominations received from our nursing division team as well as our clinical instructors. For student of promise and distinction, this is a student who has gone above and beyond in one or more leadership roles, demonstrated tremendous leadership ability in volunteer roles, possessed leadership qualities that distinguish them from other students. President Tatiana Guzman Perez and Monica Anderson. Outstanding Leadership Award goes to two students, a student who has demonstrated leadership among peers